There is a swimmer who is drowning in the middle of a calm, glass-like lake. He is thrashing his arms wildly, kicking his legs with desperate energy, and screaming for help until his throat is raw. He is exhausted, his lungs are burning, and he is swallowing water with every panic-filled breath. But here is the strange part, the tragedy of the situation. The water is only 3 feet deep. If he would just stop fighting, if he would just cease the violent struggle and stand up, his head would be perfectly above the surface. He would be safe. He would be able to breathe. But he cannot stand up because his panic convinces him that he is in the middle of a bottomless ocean. He fights the water until he has no strength left, defeated by a depth that exists only in his imagination. This swimmer is you, and the water is your thoughts. You are drowning not in the reality of your life, but in the noise of your own mind. You are fighting battles that haven't happened yet, and may never happen. You are replaying conversations that ended 10 years ago, searching for a better ending that is impossible to write. You are analyzing, dissecting, and predicting every micro-movement of your existence until your brain feels like an overheated engine on the verge of collapse. You think that if you just think a little harder, if you just worry a little more, you will find peace. But thinking is not the solution. Thinking is the water. And to save yourself, you don't need to swim faster. You need to stop. You need to stand up. Tonight, we're going to learn the ancient art of standing up in the shallow water. We're going to explore the Buddhist wisdom of silencing the mind, not by force, but by understanding. We're going to turn down the volume of the internal radio that has been playing the same anxious songs for decades. You are tired. I know you are tired, but you are not tired because of your job or your family or the state of the world. You are tired because you are carrying a mountain of thoughts that do not exist. It is time to put the mountain down. It is time to find the deep, restorative calm that is waiting for you right underneath the noise. Let us begin by understanding the nature of this noise. The Buddhists call it the monkey mind, or asterisk capacita asterisk. Imagine a monkey swinging from branch to branch in a dense forest, never staying still for a second. It grabs a fruit, takes a bite, throws it away, screeches at another monkey, and jumps to the next tree. It is restless, chaotic, and loud. This is your mind. It jumps from a memory of the past to a fear of the future. It judges, it compares, it craves. It is never here. It is always somewhere else, looking for the next branch, the next distraction, the next problem to solve. We think that this monkey is us. We identify with the voice in our head. When the voice says, "I am not good enough," we believe it as if it were a verdict from a Supreme Court. When the voice says, "Something terrible is going to happen," we panic as if the disaster were already unfolding. But the voice is not you. The voice is just a mechanism. It is a biological survival tool that has gone into overdrive. You are not the monkey. You are the forest in which the monkey is playing. The forest is vast, silent, and still. The monkey is just a tiny movement within the stillness. The first step to silencing the mind is to realize that you are addicted to the noise. Silence feels dangerous to the ego. If I am not worrying, who am I? If I am not planning, will I survive? We fill every quiet moment with scrolling, with music, with podcasts, because we are terrified of being alone with our own thoughts. We treat silence like an enemy, a void that must be filled. But the cure for the monkey mind is not distraction. It is observation. It is looking the monkey in the eye. There is a story of a student who went to a Zen master, his face pale with exhaustion. He said, "Master, my mind is a mess. It is full of uncontrollable thoughts. They torment me day and night. Please, teach me how to stop them." The master looked at him with a calm gaze and said, "I can help you. But first, show me these thoughts. Bring them out here and put them on the table so I can smash them." The student was confused. He stammered, I can't. They are gone now. They come and go. I can't catch them. They have no shape." The master smiled gently. "Then they are not real. If they were real, you could hold them. If they were you, you could control them. Why are you letting ghosts run your house? This is the profound realization that changes everything. Thoughts are ghosts. They have no substance. They are electric flickers in the brain, firing and fading in milliseconds. They only have power because you give them your attention. You invite the ghost to sit at the table. You feed the ghost with your emotions. Oh, this thought about my ex-partner is here. Let me feel sad about it for an hour. You are feeding the ghost. If you stop feeding it, it starves, it fades. But we have been feeding them for so long that they have become fat and demanding. But how do we stop feeding the ghosts when they are so loud? We must learn the art of disidentification. Imagine you are sitting on the bank of a river. The river is your stream of consciousness. Leaves are floating by on the water. Some leaves are beautiful and green, these are your happy thoughts. Some leaves are brown and rotten, these are your sad or angry thoughts. Some are large, heavy branches, these are your anxious, fearful thoughts. Most of us spend our lives jumping into the river. We swim after the beautiful leaves, trying to hold onto them, and we fight the rotten leaves, trying to push them upstream. We drown in the current, battered by the branches, exhausted by the cold water. The practice of meditation, the practice of finding peace, is simply climbing out of the river and sitting on the soft grass of the bank. You watch the leaves float by. There is a worry leaf. There is an anger leaf. You don't grab them. You don't push them away. You just watch them pass. You realize that the river is flowing, but you are not the river. The river is not you. You are the watcher on the bank. This shift from thinker to watcher is the key to freedom. The thinker is trapped in the drama, pushed and pulled by every current. The watcher is free. The watcher is never anxious, never sad, never afraid. The watcher is pure awareness. When you rest in the watcher, the mind naturally slows down. The river calms. The debris clears. Let us try a small experiment right now, wherever you are. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Now, I want you to ask your mind a question. Ask it, I wonder what my next thought will be. And then wait. Watch like a cat watching a mouse hole. Wait for the next thought to pop up. Did you notice that gap? That tiny moment of silence before the thought appeared. In that moment of waiting, of alert attention, the monkey stopped. That silence is the no mind. That silence is the peace you are looking for. It is not something you have to create. It is something you uncover. It is always there, underneath the noise, like the blue sky underneath the clouds. We spend our lives staring at the clouds, the problems, the drama, the to-do lists. We forget the sky exists, but the clouds are temporary. The sky is permanent. The clouds can be dark and stormy. They can cover the entire horizon, but they can never wet the sky. The sky is untouched. Your true nature is the sky. The anxiety is just weather. It will pass, but the sky remains. One of the biggest engines of overthinking is the desire for control. We think that if we analyze a situation from every angle, if we run every possible simulation, we can control the outcome. We play out catastrophic scenarios in our head. What if I lose my job? What if I get sick? What if they leave me? Believing that this mental rehearsal prepares us. But it doesn't prepare us. It depletes us. It drains the energy we need to handle the actual event if it ever happens. We are fighting wars that haven't been declared. This is the illusion of the chess player. We think life is a chess game, and if we can just think 12 moves ahead, we can win. But life is not chess. Life is a river. It is fluid, unpredictable, and wild. You cannot control the river. You can only learn to navigate your boat. The overthinker tries to control the water, grabbing at the waves. The wise person controls the rudder, adjusting to the flow. There is a Taoist story about a farmer that illustrates the futility of overthinking events. His horse ran away. The neighbors gathered and said, "Such bad luck. Now you have no horse." The farmer simply said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 wild horses. The neighbors said, "Such good luck. Now you are rich." The farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, his son tried to ride one of the wild horses, fell, and broke his leg. The neighbors said, "Such bad luck. Now he cannot help you." The farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, The army came to draft young men for the war, but they passed over the son because of his broken leg. The neighbors said, "Such good luck." The farmer understood that we cannot know the full picture. We isolate one event and judge it as good or bad, and then we spin a massive story around it. This is a disaster. My life is over. But the story is often wrong. We simply don't know what tomorrow holds. The mind hates "I don't know." It fills the void with terror and speculation. But wisdom is getting comfortable with "I don't know." It is resting in the mystery. It is trusting that whatever happens, you have the inner resources to handle it when it happens, not before. When you stop trying to figure everything out, a huge weight lifts off your shoulders. You realize you don't have to be the CEO of the universe. You can resign from that position. The universe managed fine before you were born, and it will manage fine after you are gone. You can trust the flow. You can float. Let us speak about the second arrow. The Buddha taught that in life, we are struck by two arrows. The first arrow is the actual event, the pain, the difficulty, the unkind word, the loss. This is inevitable. As long as we are alive, we will experience the first arrow. But the second arrow is our reaction. It is the story we tell about the pain. Why me? This isn't fair. I can't handle this. This will last forever. The first arrow hurts, but the second arrow causes the suffering. Overthinking is the act of stabbing yourself with the second arrow over and over again. Silence the mind by removing the second arrow. Face the difficulty directly, without the narrative. This is a difficult moment, full stop. Don't add, and it will ruin my life. Just deal with the moment. The moment is manageable. The story is overwhelming. The pain is just a sensation. The suffering is a choice. We often overthink because we are perfectionists. We are terrified of making a mistake. We replay our actions. Did I say the wrong thing? Do they think I'm stupid? I should have worn the other shirt. Trying to edit our past to be flawless. This is the ego trying to build a statue of itself. A perfect, unblemished statue that everyone will admire. But you are not a statue. You are a human being. Humans are messy. Humans stumble. Humans are incomplete. There is a Japanese concept called *wabi-sabi*, which finds beauty in imperfection. A cracked teacup is more beautiful because it has a history. A moss-covered rock is more beautiful than a polished stone. Your life is *wabi-sabi*. Your mistakes, your awkward moments, your failures, they are the texture of your humanity. Stop trying to polish yourself. Accept the cracks. When you accept imperfection, the mind stops racing to hide it. You can relax into your own skin. To silence the mind, we must also heal our relationship with Tom. The overthinking mind lives into places, the past regret and the future anxiety. It rarely visits the present, but the present is the only place where life exists. You cannot breathe in the past. You cannot breathe in the future. You can only breathe now. Imagine you are walking on a tightrope. To stay balanced, you must look at the step you are taking right now. If you look back at where you started, you will fall. If you look forward to the end of the rope, hoping to be there already, you will get dizzy and fall. You must be right here, step. Life is a tightrope. Overthinking causes vertigo. Mindfulness is looking at your feet. What is happening right now? I am sitting. I am breathing. The air is cool. My hands are warm. When you anchor yourself in the sensory details of the now, the mind has no room to spin. The senses are the antidote to the thoughts. You cannot deeply taste a strawberry and worry about your taxes at the same time. The brain can't do it. Choose the strawberry. There is a Zen practice called just this. When you are walking, just walk. When you are eating, just eat. It sounds simple, but it is the hardest thing in the world for the modern mind. Usually, when we walk, we are also planning dinner, arguing with our boss, and worrying about the weather. We are walking thinking. Zen is stripping away the hyphen. Just walk. Feel the pressure on your soles. Feel the wind on your face. Notice the colors of the leaves. When you practice just this, the mundane becomes magical. Washing dishes becomes a meditation on water and warmth. Folding laundry becomes a sacred act of care. The noise fades because you are fully engaged with reality. The mind makes noise when it is bored, when it is disconnected. Connect to the task at hand, and the noise stops. You become one with the action. We carry a lot of mental noise because we have open loops. These are unfinished tasks, unmade decisions, and unresolved conflicts. The brain hates open loops. It will keep reminding you of them, nagging you like a persistent child pulling at your sleeve. Don't forget to call mom. Don't forget to fix the sink. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. The brain retains unfinished tasks far better than finished ones, keeping them in active memory. To silence the mind, you must close the loops. But you don't have to do everything right now. You just need to capture them, write them down, get them out of your head and onto paper. I need to call mom. I need to fix the sink. Once it is written down, the brain can relax. It knows it won't be forgotten. This is mental offloading. Do not use your brain as a storage hard drive. Use it as a processor. Storage creates clutter. Processing creates flow. Let's talk about the 3 sieves of Socrates. Before you speak, or before you entertain a thought loop, pass it through 3 sieves. Ask yourself, 1. Is it true? 2. Is it good? 3. Is it necessary? Most of our overthinking fails all 3 tests. Everyone hates me. Is it true? No. Is it good? No. Is it necessary? No. I'm going to fail this project. Is it true? You don't know. Is it good? No. Filter your thoughts. Be the bouncer at the club of your mind. Don't let the trash in. Just because a thought knocks on the door doesn't mean you have to let it in. You can look through the peephole, see that it is a destructive thought, and say, no thanks. Not today. You have the right to refuse entry. We are also addicted to figuring it out. We think that if we don't have an answer to a problem immediately, something is wrong. We chew on the problem like a dog with a bone, grinding our teeth, wearing ourselves down. But some problems cannot be solved by thinking. They can only be solved by growing. You have to grow into the solution. The poet Rilke said, live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer. This is patience. The overthinking mind is impatient. It wants the answer asterisk now asterisk. It wants certainty asterisk now asterisk. But the fruit is not ripe yet. If you pick the fruit too early, it is bitter. Let the question sit. Let it ripen in the sun of your awareness. The answer will come in the silence, not in the noise. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. Intuition speaks in whispers. The mind screams. The soul whispers. To hear the whisper, you must lower the volume of the scream. How do we do that? By valuing silence. We undervalue silence. We think it is dead time. We fill it with podcasts, music, TV, anything to avoid the quiet. Try to drive your car in silence. Try to cook in silence. At first, the monkey mind will scream louder. It will have a tantrum. Bore me, entertain me, distract me. Let it scream. Just keep driving. Eventually, the monkey gets tired. It falls asleep, and then peace. A clarity washes over you. An idea pops up from the depths. A feeling of gratitude arises. You have access to deeper mind. There is a story of a professor who went to visit a Zen master to ask about Zen. The professor talked about his theories, his knowledge, his opinions, barely letting the master get a word. And the master listened quietly and began to pour tea into the professor's cup. He poured until the cup was full, and then he kept pouring. The tea overflowed onto the saucer, then onto the table, then onto the professor's laptop. Shouted the professor, jumping up, the cup is full. No more will go in. Like this cup, said the master calmly. You are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup? Overthinking is a full cup. We are so full of our own noise, our own knowing, that we cannot receive the wisdom of the universe. We cannot receive the beauty of the moment. We have to empty the cup. We have to let go of knowing. Beginner's mind asterisk shash and asterisk is the empty cup. It is the mind that says, I don't know. When you don't know, you are open, you are curious, you are alive to possibilities. When you know, you are closed, you are dead to the new. Trade your certainty for curiosity. Certainty is heavy. Curiosity is light. Imagine your thoughts are like trains in a busy station. You are standing on the platform. The worry train arrives. It is painted black and says destination, disaster. Do you have to get on? No. You can just watch it stop, open its doors. Realize you don't want to go there. Watch the doors close and watch it leave. The regret train arrives. Destination, the past. Do you have to get on? No. You don't have to board every train that pulls into the station. You can stay on the platform. The platform is the now. It doesn't move. It is stable. Stay on the platform. Sometimes, the mind is loud because the body is agitated. We live sedentary lives, accumulating stress hormones in our muscles. We sit at desks. We sit in cars. We sit on couches. The mind spins because the energy has nowhere else to go. To silence the mind, move the body. Go for a run, dance, shake, exhaust the physical energy. The monks didn't just sit in meditation. They did manual labor. They chopped wood. They carried water. They engaged the body to tame the mind. If you are stuck in a mental loop, stand up, change your physiology. Do 10 jumping jacks. Splash cold water on your face, snap the pattern. We also overthink because we care too much about what others think. We run mental simulations of other people's judgments. What will they say? What will they think? Did I look foolish? This is a prison. You are constructing a prison out of the imaginary opinions of other people. Here is the truth. People are not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves. They are worrying about what asterisk you asterisk think of asterisk them asterisk. Everyone is the star of their own movie. You are just an extra in theirs. Realizing this is not sad. It is liberating. You are free from the spotlight because there is no spotlight. Nobody is watching that closely. You can dance. You can stumble. You can be weird. It's okay. Let us return to the breath. The breath is the anchor. It is the only thing that is always in the present moment. You cannot save a breath for later. You cannot breathe yesterday's breath. It is always now. When the mind storms, drop anchor. Feel the air entering the nostrils. Cool. Feel it leaving. Warm. Count them. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. When you count, you occupy the verbal part of the brain. It can't count and worry at the same time. You are hacking the system. As we move deeper into this hour, I want you to visualize your mind as a jar of muddy water. You have been shaking the jar, running around, trying to fix everything. The water is cloudy. You can't see through it. What is the best way to clear the water? Do you put your hand in and try to push the dirt down? No, that just stirs it up more. You do nothing. You put the jar down on a table, and you wait. Gravity does the work. The mud slowly settles to the bottom. The water becomes clear. Meditation is putting the jar down. It is the refusal to stir the mud. Sit. Be still. Let gravity do the work. The clarity will come on its own. You do not need to achieve silence. Silence is the background of everything. Noise is the foreground. Listen to the sounds around you right now. Maybe a fan humming. Maybe traffic in the distance. Maybe birds singing. Notice that the sounds are appearing asterisk in asterisk silence. Without the silence, you couldn't hear the sound. Focus on the silence asterisk between asterisk the sounds. Focus on the silence asterisk underneath asterisk the sounds. It is a vast, open space. That space is consciousness. That space is you. We are terrified of boredom. But boredom is the gateway to peace. When the mind is bored, it thrashes. It wants stimulation. If you stay with the boredom, if you don't run away, you push through a barrier. On the other side of boredom is presence. The world becomes vivid. The colors become brighter. Don't reach for the phone. Sit with the boredom. Let it burn off the dross of distraction. Think of a time you were in nature. Maybe looking at a sunset or a massive mountain or the ocean. For a moment, your mind stopped. You were speechless. Why? Because the beauty was so immense, the ego became small. In that moment of awe, There was no problem. There was no past. There was no future. There was just this. That is the state we are cultivating. You don't need a mountain to find it. You can find it in a flower. You can find it in the cracks of the sidewalk. Ah is a choice. Ah is an attention setting. Look at your hand. Really look at it. The veins, the skin, the miracle of movement. If you truly see your hand, the mind stops. It is a biological marvel. Find the miracle in the mundane. We often think, I will be peaceful when I finish this project, when the kids grow up, when I retire, when I move to the beach. This is the when, then trap. It postpones your life. There is no when. There is only now. If you cannot find peace in the chaos, you will not find it in the quiet. Peace is not the absence of noise. Peace is the absence of resistance to the noise. You can be peaceful in a traffic jam. You can be peaceful in a storm. It is an internal posture, a loosening of the grip. Imagine you are holding a fist. Clench it tight harder. Feel the tension in your arm. That is overthinking. Now, slowly open the hand. Let the palm face up. Relax the fingers. That is letting go. The hand is the same. The energy is different. Live your life with an open palm, not a clenched fist. Hold your thoughts lightly. Hold your plans lightly. Allow the wind to blow through your fingers. As we approach the midpoint of this session, I want you to check in with your physical body. Is your tongue pressed against the roof of your mouth? Drop it. Are your shoulders up by your ears? Drop them. Is your belly sucked in? Let it go soft. A soft belly signals to the vagus nerve that you are safe. When the body feels safe, the mind stops scanning for threats. The overthinking mind is a threat detection machine. Turn off the alarm. I am safe. I am here. All is well. You are doing the work of deconditioning. It takes time. Be patient with yourself. Every time you catch yourself overthinking and come back to the breath, you are doing a rep for your mental muscle. You are building the muscle of presence. At first, the muscle is weak. The monkey is strong. But day by day, the muscle grows. The monkey gets tired. Eventually, presence becomes your default state, and the noise becomes a distant hum, like traffic far away. It doesn't bother you anymore. You are walking the path of the sages, the path of the quiet mind. It is a beautiful path. The air is clean here. The light is clear. Keep walking. If this message is resonating with you, if you feel a loosening of the mental knot, consider subscribing to this channel. By doing so, you are planting a flag in the ground. You are saying, I value peace. I prioritize my mental health. Join our community of seekers who are turning down the volume of the world to hear the wisdom of the soul. We are in this together. Now, let us go deeper into the practice of Mushin the no mind. Imagine a mirror. A mirror reflects everything that passes in front of it. A red flower, a blue bird, a crying face, a laughing face. Does the mirror hold onto the red flower? No. When the flower moves, the reflection is gone. Does the mirror judge the crying face? No. It just reflects. Does the mirror get tired of reflecting? No. Be like the mirror. Reflect the moment perfectly, but hold on to nothing. Let the thoughts pass in front of you. Do not become them. You are the silver glass. You are not the reflection. And as you practice being the mirror, holding on to nothing, reflecting everything, you begin to touch the edges of a state the Taoists call *wu or effortless action. The overthinking mind believes that effort equals results. It believes that the harder you strain, the more you frown, the more you worry, the better the outcome will be. But look at nature. Does the grass strain to grow? Does the earth spin with effort? Do the rivers struggle to flow to the sea? No. They accomplish everything by doing nothing. They move in alignment with the Tao, the natural order. Overthinking is the opposite of ***. Overthinking is swimming upstream. It is exhausting and it gets you nowhere. When you enter the state of ***, you stop forcing life. You allow life to live through you. You become a conduit. Think of a great musician. When they are playing a complex solo, are they thinking about every finger movement? Are they analyzing the music theory in real time? No. If they start thinking, they will mess up. They have practiced. Yes, But in the moment of performance, they let go. They get out of the way and let the music play itself. This is the zone. This is flow. You have tasted this before. Maybe while driving, or gardening, or painting. You lost track of time. There was no you doing the action. There was just the action happening. In that state, there was no noise. There was no monkey. There was just pure, efficient, joyful being. The goal of silencing the mind is to make your entire life a flow state. To wash the dishes in flow. To talk to your spouse in flow. To write your email in flow. It requires trusting that you know what to do without constantly supervising yourself. You are a competent being. Trust your training. Trust your instincts. Fire the micromanager in your head. Let us explore the story of the archer and the prize. It perfectly illustrates how attachment creates noise. A skilled archer was demonstrating his art. When he shot for fun in an empty field, his aim was perfect. He hit the bullseye every time. He was relaxed, fluid, and won with the bow. Then, the local lord organized a tournament. The prize for the winner was a heavy bag of gold. The archer entered. He stepped up to the line. Suddenly, he saw the gold. He thought about what the gold could buy. He thought about the fame. He thought about the shame of losing. He drew the bow. His hands trembled. His breath was shallow. He was no longer shooting at the target. He was shooting at the gold. He was shooting at his future reputation. The arrow flew wide. He missed. Wide his skill had not changed. His muscles were the same, but his mind had added a prize. When you attach a heavy weight of meaning to an action, you crush the action. I must say the perfect thing to this person so they love me. You will likely say something awkward. I must nail this presentation so I get the promotion. You will likely be stiff and robotic. The overthinker turns every moment into a high-stakes tournament. Lower the stakes. Shoot the arrow for the joy of shooting. Forget the gold. When you don't care about the prize, your hand is steady. When you don't need to impress, you are impressive. We torture ourselves with the what-if monster. This monster lives in the closet of the future. What if the car breaks down? What if I get sick? What if they leave me? The mind is a survival machine, so it is designed to scan for threats. It tries to predict every possible disaster so it can prepare. But the what-if game is a game you can never win. Because the possibilities for disaster are infinite, you can spend a lifetime imagining catastrophes that will never happen. As Mark Twain said, I have had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. To silence the what-if, switch to what is. What if I lose my job? Switch. What is happening now? I have a job. I am sitting at my desk. I am capable. What if the plane crashes? Switch. What is happening now? I am sitting in the seat. The turbulence is uncomfortable, but the plane is flying. What is always manageable? What if is infinite and terrifying? Keep your mind on the what is. Deal with reality, not with fantasy. Sometimes, the noise in our head is not our own voice. It is the voice of our parents, our teachers, our society. We have internalized their expectations. You should be working harder. You should be married by now. You are too sensitive. We carry a committee in our heads. A boardroom of critics. It is time to adjourn the meeting. Visualize a boardroom table in your mind. See the critics sitting there. Stand up at the head of the table. Say, thank you for your input. The meeting is over. You are dismissed. Watch them file out of the room. Lock the door. Now it is just you in the room. What do you think? What do you feel? Reclaim your own mind. We must also talk about the paradox of control. We overthink because we want to control the universe. We think that if we worry enough, we can prevent bad things from happening. Worry is a talisman we rub to ward off evil. If I worry about my son driving, he will be safe. This is magical thinking. Your worry does not affect the car. Your worry does not affect the traffic. Your worry only affects your blood pressure. Surrender is the antidote to control. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means accepting that there are forces bigger than you. You are the captain of a small boat in a big ocean. You can steer the boat, but you cannot control the ocean. Respect the ocean. Trust the ocean. When you stop trying to play God, you can finally relax and just be human. Being human is enough. Let us listen to the story of the farmer and the lost watch. An old farmer was working in his barn. He realized he had lost his grandfather's watch, a precious family heirloom. He searched the haystacks, the corners, the animal stalls. He was frantic. He was throwing hay everywhere, making a lot of noise, cursing his luck. He couldn't find it. Exhausted, he gave up and sat down for lunch outside. A group of children passed by. He said, "I will give a coin to anyone who can find my watch in the barn." The children rushed in. They searched everywhere. They dug through the hay. They shouted to each other. After an hour, they came out empty-handed. "It's gone, mister." The farmer was heartbroken. Then, a small boy stayed behind. He walked slowly into the barn. He didn't dig. He didn't run. He went to the center of the barn, sat down on a bale of hay, closed his eyes, and did nothing. He sat there for 10 minutes in total silence. Then, he stood up, walked to a specific pile of hay, reached in, and pulled out the watch. The farmer was amazed. "How did you find it when everyone else failed?" The boy smiled. "I didn't search. I sat down and got quiet, and in the silence, I could hear the ticking." This is the secret. You are looking for answers. You are looking for peace. You are looking for direction. You are running around, throwing hay, making noise, asking everyone, reading every book. You can't find it because you are too loud. The answers are already inside you. They are ticking, but they are quiet. You have to stop the searching to find the prize. Sit down, close your eyes, listen for the ticking of your own intuition. It is there. It has always been there. This is especially true for those of you who suffer from decision paralysis. You overthink every choice. Should I buy the blue one or the red one? Should I take this job or that one? You make pro, con lists. You agonize. You fear making the wrong choice. Here is a secret. There are no wrong choices. There are just different paths. Every choice yields a result. If you like the result, great. If you don't, you learn and choose again. You can't break your life. Your life is resilient. Also, most decisions are reversible. The stress of indecision is often worse than the consequence of a bad decision. Trust your gut. The gut knows instantly. The mind doubts. Flip a coin. Not to decide, but to see how you feel while the coin is in the air. If you hope it lands on heads, you have your answer. The body knows. Let's address the specific torture of nighttime overthinking. You lie in bed, exhausted, but the moment your head hits the pillow, the radio turns on. 3 a.m. thoughts are the worst thoughts. They are distorted, dark, and catastrophic. Why does this happen? Because during the day, you were too busy to listen to your thoughts. You suppress them with work and noise. At night, there are no distractions, so the backlog of unprocessed thoughts comes rushing to the surface. Do not fight them in bed. The bed is for sleep, not for war. If your mind is racing, get up. Go to another room. Write everything down. Do a brain dump. I am worried about money. I am angry at my boss. I forgot to buy milk. Get it out of your head and onto the paper. Tell your brain, it is written down. We will deal with it tomorrow. Now we are off duty. Then go back to bed. Visualize your thoughts as a flock of birds. During the day, they fly around. At night, they need to roost. Visualize them landing in a tree, one by one, folding their wings, tucking their heads, going to sleep just HHH. Sleep now. Treat your thoughts like tired children. Be gentle. It's okay. We can worry tomorrow. Tonight, we rest. There is a powerful concept in Japanese aesthetics called *ma*. It means negative space or the gap. In a painting, *ma* is the empty white space that makes the image beautiful. In music, *ma* is the silence between the notes that makes the rhythm. Without *ma*, there is just noise and clutter. Our lives lack *ma*. We pack every minute with activity. We pack every thought with another thought. We need to create *ma* in our minds. Take micro breaks. When you stop at a red light, don't look at your phone. Just sit. Enjoy the *ma*. When you finish a task, take 1 minute of **** before starting the next. Create white space in your day. This white space allows your brain to reset. It prevents the overheating. We often think that silence is empty, but in Buddhism, silence is the womb of potential. ***, or emptiness, is not a void of nothingness. It is a void of ****-thing-ness***. It is the space where everything comes from. Think of a clay pot. The usefulness of the pot comes from the empty space inside. If the pot were solid clay, you couldn't put water in it. You are a vessel. If you are solid thoughts, you cannot hold inspiration. You cannot hold love. You must be empty to be useful. You must be empty to be fulfilled. As we move toward the final phase of this journey, let us practice a deep somatic release. The mind and body are one loop. A tense body creates a tense mind. A tense mind creates a tense body. We can break the loop from the body side. I want you to scan your body for holding patterns. Are you holding your stomach in? Let it drop. Are you clenching your glutes? Let them go. Are you hands making small fists? Open them. Imagine you are a ragdoll, loose, floppy, heavy. Gravity is your friend. Let the earth hold you. You don't have to hold yourself up right now. Surrender your weight. When the physical tension melts, the mental tension has no anchor. It floats away. Imagine your mind as a deep, blue lake. On the surface, there might be ripples or waves from the wind. That is your daily life. But if you go down 10 feet, the water is calmer. If you go down 50 feet, it is silent. If you go down to the bottom, it is absolute stillness. You are not the surface waves. You are the deep water. Drop a stone of awareness into the lake. Watch it sink, down past the worries, down past the plans, down past the name and the story. Rest at the bottom. It is cool here. It is dark. It is ancient. Nothing can disturb the bottom of the lake. This is your sanctuary. You can come here anytime. It is always here. We are afraid that if we stop thinking, we will become stupid or lazy. If I don't worry, I won't get things done. This is a lie. Anxiety is a terrible fuel. It burns dirty. It creates smoke and pollution in your system. Peace is a clean fuel. It is nuclear energy. It is quiet, but incredibly powerful. When you act from peace, you are more efficient. You don't make mistakes born of haste. You don't say things you regret. You become like the samurai, calm, focused, precise. The samurai does not overthink the sword strike. He is one with the strike. Be a warrior of the mind. The enemy is not the world. The enemy is the noise. Cut the noise with a sword of presence. As you integrate this wisdom, remember that you are reprogramming a lifetime of habits. Be patient. You will overthink again. You will fall into the trap. That is okay. The moment you realize, oh, I am overthinking, you are awake. The realization * is * the awakening. Don't judge the sleep. Celebrate the waking up. Every time you come back to the now, you are doing a push-up for your soul. You are getting stronger. Think of the sky at night. It is filled with stars, but the black space is much bigger than the stars. Your thoughts are the stars. Your awareness is the black space. Focus on the space, not the stars. Expand your awareness to the edges of the room. Expand it to the edges of the house. Expand it to the horizon. You are vast. You are containless. A thought is a tiny blip in your vastness. Do not make the blip the king. You are the king. The thought is a subject. This journey of silencing the mind is the most important journey you will ever take. It is the journey from slavery to freedom. Slavery to the monkey. Freedom of the soul. You have the tools now. You have the breath. You have the watcher. You have the I don't know. You have the empty cup. Use them. If this session has brought you a moment of calm, if you felt the water settle, then you have found your tribe. Consider subscribing to this channel. By clicking that button, you are building a sanctuary in your digital life. You are inviting more peace into your algorithm. You are telling the world, I choose calm. Join us. Let us walk this quiet path together. And now, as we close, I want you to visualize a candle flame in the center of your chest. It is a steady, golden light. The wind of thoughts blows, but the glass around the candle protects it. The flame does not flicker. It burns straight and tall. This is the light of your presence. Carry this candle into the rest of your day or night. If the wind gets loud, remember the candle. Return to the center. Return to the light. The noise is just noise. You are the silence. You are the peace. You are home. Stop thinking, start being.